a lot of the build-up to this event, who seemed to be giving the Falcons the most problems when it came to point total, being close to them. And today is an opportunity, and this week is an opportunity for them to say, hey, we don't just want to be close to Falcons. It is pulling towards the platform we talked about, where that survey beacon finds itself. You would imagine that maybe North Epsilon are going to try and hold out Space Station for as long as possible before having to back up to the safety of that ring. Of course, it can be safe inside the next ring. That's essentially beacon information that we have on our screens right now. But Alliance, we mentioned group stages, usually their playground. I have to see if they can force their way in towards this zone. And I want to just kind of highlight Unlucky, because I think it's been one of the least discussed pickups, I would say, in the competitive scene at the moment. But I think he's added so much firepower and consistency to this team. Oh, Riddle will drop it on.
He's fitting like a glove, but elsewhere trying to fit in themselves is Riddle Order against SSG now. He
is a damage output machine, and he's trying to force other teams away from the position that SSG have. Just as a note, by the way, nobody is safe where they currently are located inside this next zone, as Hackers gets a knock with that longbow.
Yeah, it's Alliance and North Epsilon who have the priority positions here. They have the height, they have the zone winning idea at the moment, but if someone does decide to push them, there is a chance you can kind of rip that position away from them. So you need to be on your toes, you need to be prepared for a possible push, and that's why you're seeing both Alliance and North Epsilon just back off as a full three now. They are not spreading out as thin. They don't want to be caught off guard and give other teams a chance to get in.
I mean, when you look at the position of Alliance in that building as well, you've got Na'Vi, Hao, you've got DMS in front of them. You know, having that longbow in your hands is going to be pretty good for those teams are going to have to fight. And you might have had a third few of those fights, pick up a couple of those kills, and then think about what your next play is going to be. But North Epsilon, this was the team who have had priority for the majority of this game on what position they have wanted to play. They're still on this platform, they're still holding it down, but being there early means the shields aren't as good as SSG, as SSG look to move up.
SSG definitely have the shield advantage. The zone will force them in, and you can see the ult started to come out as well. They need the damage to go off here, though. They can't just go in blind because they don't really know where North Epsilon are holding in certain angles.
How eliminated in the meantime. Phony gets the first knock, and that is the opening now for SSG to move forward, but the exchange of knocks will follow almost immediately. Na'Vi have been eliminated while this fight continues, and now you're seeing maybe a couple of third parties start to engage in this fight. Phony's left on his own.
Phony left on his own. DMS, they arrived and they changed things, but maybe Phony can get away. No, he cannot. So it is DMS who come in to clean things up, but North Epsilon also survived. 3 squads remain. Alliance are the healthiest, though. We said they were in one of the best positions, and they've got full red here. They should be able to clean things up.
North Epsilon down to a 2, and might be down to a 1 in just a few moments' time as well. They get the knock, should get the knock, and here comes the zipline from Alliance, and you mentioned it, the Pathfinder gives them the ability to engage in this fight, to clean up these final pieces. Alliance will be a champions here in game number 1.
And how many times have we said that sentence in Apex Legends history? It's group stages, it's Alliance, it's a game 1 victory, and they look in fine form as expected. They are, and should be, the team that everyone is chasing here in Group B, and they look like they are here to play at the Esports World Cup.
And Alliance just kind of away from it all, waiting for the perfect moment to use that Pathfinder zipline to get involved in that battle. Again, it's always about watching the kill feed. It doesn't matter what teams are getting knocked, or you just get a little bit unfortunate with the RNG, then your game plan completely changes, and you're looking at your IGL to try and adjust and adapt. Elsewhere, you can see on our screens right now,
let's get on this trident.
At Cito Station, we have Alliance having a little look at Fnatic. Fnatic are deciding to try and disengage from this and escape. And it looks like Alliance will be able to force them off. I wonder if Alliance are making this choice of rotation so they can hit the beacon that's in front of them to get the info. And I mean, imagine getting the info at this point. I mean, our map overhead right now is one of the most confusing I have seen for quite some time. The craziest thing is that's the first team eliminated from the lobby, right? We've got 50 seconds or so left on Zone 3 close, and we finally lose our first team. The Weibo will follow them up as the next team to go, and you're going to see that kill feed start to accelerate a little bit. A lot of teams are going to pop up in the next few moments as everybody has to move their way towards Zone.
So intelligent, though, from Alliance. They saw the potential trap that was going to happen. They heard the commotion that was in the choke not so far away, and they just backed off a little bit, and they watched from afar. They said, let's wait and see how this one pans out, and because of it, now they have free access to get through this gate of Jurassic, and they can hold pretty much the entirety of the northwest of this zone. It's very similar to what we saw in Game 1. North Epsilon in one of the best positions at the moment on the map, whilst Alliance holding one of the best edge positions on the map, and we'll see whether it's going to be similar where they both get to the end game.
SSG waiting for the signal to go. Riddle Order forcing the fight onto Heroes, and maybe SSG, that is their signal to try and move up elsewhere inside of Jurassic. You have Alliance still trying to force their way in. On the other side of this is going to be Fnatic. Hackett's good damage coming in with that Vault and uses the grapple to get out. And he's just bought enough time for them to get effect back on his feet.
Yeah, I love this from Alliance. They split up to ensure they can get that third back up. He takes an angle, he takes an aggressive angle to just distract Fnatic and maybe think that they are getting pushed. However, they were not. But it is Red Armors versus Red Armors. Fnatic send it.
Fnatic are sending it, like you say, and it's not going well for them. Sasuke left on his own, and even though the Knuckle Cluster is doing big flesh damage and he wants this knock, you would imagine Alliance should be able to clean up this fight. Fnatic eliminated, it will be Alliance who survive, and they should be safe enough to get the res as well.
Again, Alliance will hold the Northwest here, and again, Fnatic engage on a fight and lose it. They need to be careful with some of their pushes here. It has just been other teams waiting and prepared for that push to happen, and Alliance now will be more than comfortable with where they hold. And again, similar to match one, all Red Armors, northwest of the zone, and they can start to think about getting to this endgame.
Who win the battle of this side of zone, but TSM are next.
Again, it's another fight won by Alliance, by the way. They had to take down Hao on their push from the west. They will win it, they own the west, and they will be getting into this endgame. You've got Alliance on the west, you've got Mizuchi down on the south, TSM and Northeption will hold the center zone, whilst Virtus.pro are on the north.
And Mizuchi kind of looking at each other from either side of this fence line at the moment as Alliance now try and have a look here.
Well, Alliance almost encouraged that fight. They orchestrated that fight, and because of it, they're rewarded with this position. They hold the gate side. Now they have the entirety of this west. Their next concern is the likes of TSM on the other side. Northeption who hold the building, but it's last four. It's Alliance still showing their dominance.
Effect becomes kill leader as well with that extra kill he adds to his tally. 4 for the man on your screen right now, and he is looking for more. And when he's got a turbocharged Havoc in his hands, there's not many players who can match him in those 1v1 scenarios. Virtus.pro though, they've managed to get their way towards the end game here as well. They're on the northern side of the zone, trying to share this with Northeption, who are inside the building they're looking at.
Yeah, the only building, the only real cover that you have right now is for Northeption. But remember, they have to leave, and there is a lot of focus that could happen on those doorways, whereas everyone else has kind of rock formations, bamboo sticks, anything you want as cover here.
The difficulty here for TSM though is they probably have a good amount of time on zone, but at some point they're going to have to go through that gateway, right? And I think they're hoping and praying that VP and Northeption take care of each other, maybe with some help from Alliance, and then they can survive long enough to take that fight a little bit later. TSM in a good spot for zone, but as you can see on your screen, at some point they have to go through this gate.
TSM being the only team on that side of the gate is a blessing, because all the other 3 teams have to shoot each other. They have to focus each other. It's just going to be a case of who can play the waiting game here? Who is the most patient? Are Virtus.pro going to send it towards Northeption as a desperate attempt, for example? TSM just need to kind of wait this one out and see what happens on the other side.
Zone is going to be what dictates the next part of this game. As now the zone will start to close. The countdown begins and the teams will be forced together.
Yeah, I think that we're going to see Virtus.pro and Northeption kind of try and get some damage onto the likes of TSM and Alliance, but Ultimates could make a big difference here as well to force teams away from one another, or maybe try and manipulate the map in your favor. That's what Alliance are trying to do right now. But you can see Catwall comes out to give a little bit of cover, and maybe Northeption could use this.
Well, Alliance trying to use the Smoky Boy Wombo Combo Balloon Extravaganza to get the hacks that they need to get the information where everybody is in this zone. And now they see the opportunity maybe to swing down and get some kills on Northeption, who are trapped down on that low ground. Unlucky's going to find 2 himself. He wants all 3, and Alliance will pick up all 3. Northeption are gone.
Well, now TSM looking towards Virtus.pro, who were able to use that catwall to escape, but Alliance also have to be worried about TSM as well. And for TSM, they want this fight to happen. They need this fight to happen.
Well, Alliance, they won game number 1, and they're looking for points. Points is all they care about at the moment, and maybe they're playing for second place. Unlucky, down to barely any shields. Effect will have to watch on his back for now as Hackett swings up to try and finish off the final members.
This should be a TSM game. They've got all the pieces to the puzzle, but can you put them together?
Reps will go in and find one onto Unlucky. Swing is now coming in from the final players. 1 member of VP still alive, if I'm not mistaken. Shots come in with a triple take. Surely the moment is here for TSM.
And are now right in front of Alliance as Alliance are creeping up from behind them, and they have the Evil Shield advantage instead. full purple, since we know they like to play by the edge, take a much more passive approach, actually trying to take prioritization on those Evil Harvesters, but they have to watch out because heroes over by the other side are feeling that pressure putting onto effect.
Just take base. I'm holding right though.
Come down to you. Be careful, my god.
Yeah.
Someone taking balloon. Bro, fucking panel picking
right,
back. Back,
yeah,
big panel. Watch tunnel.
Okay, I'm just gonna play them up.
Someone just jumped over the balloon there. Right on my ping.
out there. Forget that.
I'm going up here a bit. They called another mob. They're not resing. Just calling for cover.
Yeah, I'm holding tunnel here. You need to watch my left though.
Yeah, watch.
Drone here. Try to break it.
Someone's been
I'm
there.
gonna play up here, me. 3-1 in this corner!
Okay, I got the drone.
Dead!
Nice, just get the third to play slow. Get the third to play slow.
Where you knock him?
On the right side there. They bang on the rest. They have gen.
Yeah, watch your left too. Watch your left.
I'm
dodging Bangle right now.
Yeah.
I'm only watching tunnel. I'm watching tunnel on the left.
Don't forget the left, okay?
They got him. Clip got him.
Coming up.
They got him up.
Okay,
I'm watching left. This team here. Someone behind us.
It's a solo thing.
Maybe.
Solo Watson.
I'm within like
I saw.
He's deep over there.
He's crafting.
He unlucky here.
Okay.
Shoot behind.
No damage, bro.
Rolling.
Black.
Yep. Shooting crack again.
Nice, good shit.
Okay, can we look left there?
Look, like it. Cracking ladder. Chill now. Chill going in. Drone got broken actually.
Oh, you got.
Yeah.
Left side 3. It's only crack.
Can we find a way to...
Yeah, it's only turn.
It's on the right over there, I think. Yeah.
Shoot out.
Look at my spot.
Rocket.
Yeah.
They went on the side again. Fuck. Bangle died.
I'm marking
I'm pulling up.
Above.
Watch out,
Trucks outside.
No less to this guy.
Yeah.
Watch out.
I'm just holding cracks.
I got...
Hostile right here.
Watch out, I can move you.
Yeah, I'm going back.
I'm only holding cracks. They zero.
Yeah.
I'm batting, okay?
Play outside it.
Balloon left, watch left, unlike hacks me.
Okay.
They're both in the knockdown, unlike hackers. Unlike him, we can break. I'm breaking John. Cue that.
Yeah. He's going down. 18.
Tunnel.
He's one. All you guys.
Yeah, I heard you.
Back
What's
tunnel.
that? What's that? It's last one.
Yeah, he's here. Careful tunnel.
Where's the clip?
He dead.
Okay. That's so solo still.
Watch left, unlike hacks. Watch left.
Yeah, I'm watching that. No. I'm watching both.
I'm going to pick tunnel hackers, okay? Unlike I'm picking tunnel.
Yeah.
Can't really watch that.
Alliance textbook in the way they held the space behind them there, making sure Hackers is on the
This
back
respawn
line.
beacon right in front of Alliance. They're playing by the edge of the southern part of the zone. And currently, after losing effect, Hockeys from afar with the Nemesis. Middle Order do get eliminated after trying to get that res.
All around this final circle here, Alliance still alive with two. Unfortunately, an ill-timed face check from Effect means he goes down to Mizuchi, who are looking very good on the south side of this zone now. Looks like they're getting into it with LGD. Oh my god, everyone else is just focusing on the other teams right now. Does this mean the duo of Alliance could actually walk away with this?
No
Sure
way.
not.
No way. And as a duo, last two spots here, Alliance versus Mizuchi. Try to back away here. It's just Timmy and Walty. Walty's away, though. He cannot help Timmy. He's bumping the shield back. Nice reposition here from Timmy. He's got the high ground now. Playing around from the other side. Mizuchi!
Popping up on the box there, just buying a little bit of time. I mean, they knew they had the 2v1. He didn't necessarily just have to take it full on with his face.
And Mizuchi, Walty, Timmy coming around. Walty was out of that fight, popping that shield back. Had utilized this here earlier on here, not trying to engage the Knuckle Cluster out. Lacking on some energy ammo here, though, and following up, Alliance get eliminated for the first time, not in the top 3.
Wow.
Been able to move up, but they obviously cannot reset with a medkit just yet, with Exo jumping down from their heads.
Exo will take it in the end.
Brought them here into a position to where another...
Oh, he doesn't. That was a replay that we saw from earlier on, but that was a nice clutch that we were also able to see earlier, while Alliance also were able to get the knock onto Space Station.
Okay, now moving back to the present day. As we mentioned, a couple teams playing around these chokes, looking for some gatekeeping KP. Alliance are one of them, and they're on the better side of the ring versus Space Station or NRG. It's a very high sight line up here. You can see this, you know, if anyone starts looking out from Gardens, they're gonna have some trouble. That's why Effect and Alliance are playing in those little bike shelters there. And they do have to move once the bang ults start to put some pressure on them, to push them up into the top 9 and straight into Sunday's matches. At the moment, they sit in 11th, a little behind the pace.
Oh, Alliance versus Northeption here on the inside. Stute going absolutely crazy here with the Sentinel too. Onto Northeption, but here comes Effect. The slide in, Northeption get eliminated. Third party opportunity to come in, and they were split up. Hawkeyes was on the low ground, having to forcefully drop down. This is all Blacklist building now.
No point going down with a couple of thermites in the backpack. So yeah, absolutely pump out all that utility right now just to try and delay, unfortunately.
Yeah. Got 3 arrows too in the boat check. Last 2 spots left. Actually get eliminated now. It's Na'Vi versus Fnatic. Fnatic when they needed it most.
Trying to go undetected at the moment. One thing to note as well is lots of fights break out as TIE are going to be eliminated themselves. Then the ability with those zip lines down to just zip up to height and take the fight can really gives you an option to be involved in this endgame. Speaking of which, VP versus Alliance. We've been talking about this story for quite some time in this game, how they've been kind of eyeballing each other on the south side of this zone where VP will fall thanks to Alliance. Reps now left on his own though for TSM.
TSM have pushed themselves into the top 5 though, so that's good placement points, but Reps cannot survive any further. Now it's just 4. NRG, Alliance, Blacklist International, and Weibo are still alive. Big for them.
NRG eliminated. We're down to our top 3.
Weibo still haven't dropped, but now you can see evac tower starting to be dropped down as well, just to create a little bit of a distraction here, as Weibo are looking and saying, is anyone going to join us up here? We don't think so. They can be the last to drop. They will be the only team to drop at this point, and I'm interested to see what the play is here.
Smoke the balloon. Use that fuse ult. Use the mother load to get that information that they need. You would imagine with the knuckle clusters that are available, they're going to be able to tick some damage on those players down in the low ground, and it's going to be the 2 teams who fight before they drop and get involved. Effect left on his own. Blacklist International trying to challenge. He's trying to secure some more KP, but here come Weibo, and this has been their moment to wait for. They've been looking for points so desperately, having been at the bottom of the leaderboards.
Prioritize the right side where the zone was going, and they find a victory because of it. And are certainly having a look at this one. You can see the height that Hackers has at the moment, watching over Na'Vi. SSG are currently being blitzed by both squads as well.
Dragon Esports eliminated. SSG as a 2. Still alive in this game, still playing on those silos. Effect gets the kill onto Matafe though. Can that knock be converted? Hackers has got to be careful here and uses the zipline to escape. Effect giving him a little bit of cover with the smoke as well, and he's going to be able to use those smokes to heal his team as they find themselves pinched in a very difficult spot. Shots come in from SSG as well elsewhere to pick up a few more kills.
It's Weibo Gaming, who else but the team who was in last place to begin with at the start of the last map. And now they're up into the top 9 as they find themselves into the top 5. Na'Vi eliminated, Alliance are down as well.
DMS to sweep in, Altus gets the first knock, Lou will go down, and DMS will be your champions here. And again, a team who was down at the bottom of the leaderboards.
So it's going to be DRG against Weibo on the other side, by the way, and DRG have already lost 1. And Weibo, after their previous performances, are probably feeling on top of the world, but at the moment they're fighting tooth and nail just to avoid the damage from DRG, who are now down to just 1 and should be eliminated, will be eliminated, and it's Alliance who are on the other side of this that will pick up the kill here. By the way, Effect, currently going into this game, he has 7,800 damage after those 7 games. Averaging over 1,000 per game is pretty nuts.
Who fits, by the way, now? Weibo Gaming. You're welcome. Dan and I send our compliments. Alliance up on the rock, though. You can see using the Pathfinder zips again just to get themselves into these elevated positions. And now they're going to use a little bit of other jungle gym equipment in the evac tower to take another position here. Look at the shots coming in from Hackers with that Nemesis. Not enough to break the shields, not enough to break the hearts, but it's good enough to force the team away.
By the way, Unlucky has just short of 7,000 damage as well. Both the 2 players on controller have been doing their job, and you heard Hackers in the interview earlier. He kind of just sends them, but Northeption have been eliminated. As we checked in with some of the other squads that are now just flying in and finding a little bit of space.
Oh, this is not good.
They've lost 1.
This is not good. They fly into the tunnel, and Alliance were waiting, but even worse for TSM is the Elevate bleed. They saw the rotate, they saw them fly through the skies and were shooting him in the back just as they landed as well. So knows how to get it done as a solo, but this time the ask is too much. Too many eyes on him.
The zone is about to force all these teams outside of the building, though. Na'Vi also fall, as to Mizuchi. They cannot rescue Timmy and get a top 5 finish, but now this is a chance for DMS to try and replicate what they did in the previous game. Can they go back-to-back and push themselves into the top 9 here?
Great shots coming in from Ozus. It's going to be Alliance eliminated alongside Riddle Order, who got into the top 6, so craziness continues to happen. As we see the Acrobat starter perform here on the zip lines. Ozus, last player alive now for DMS. Fnatic still alive, still picking up kills. Satsuki going to be that player who manages to find one. VP, Pricey, still alive alongside 2 of his teammates as well. The Fnatic will be eliminated in the meantime, and don't forget about Ozus. Exo kind of gone as well.
So much damage from Ozus, trying to keep them alive here for DMS, but it will fall down to 2 squads. And LGD look to have done it here, but there is still a job to do, and it might not be as easy as they first thought.
Feiju might not be able to climb here. He might not be able to climb here in the zone. The zone is going to be the victor.
And have a chance to walk straight into Sunday's finals.
Alliance, are you kidding me? They came in from the skies, landing right on top of Elevate. They want to fight now for the Armory, and Elevate being on the low ground were able to completely stave them off. Alliance get eliminated. Give them another one here with only 1 left from Elevate, 1 left from EXO. Can they clutch it out? No, Elevate with an insane game. And they were just sitting in 9th. Are you serious?
That's 2 squads who have gone out. That's 3 squads who have gone out on 49 points. Virtus Pro now on 49 in 10th spot. Obviously, there's some tiebreakers at work here. But a single point will deal with that.
North Eption, the next one to go out. Sitting with only 40 points. Do not make the cut here. A lot of these squads out for blood, and you can see where the circle is pooling. Genome, a circle that we've seen plenty of times, sometimes could pool on the outskirts of the south part of the bridge by the dome-broken buildings that are in the water. Has been unleashed from Virtus, encapsulating the entire side of the house, but Tyre also looking at this fight, so Virtus cannot exit out of this building, while Fnatic, Sasuke, the last one alive, tries to slide down the hill.
Barely gets the syringe
Oh
off.
no.
Oh no, the movement is not there this time for Fnatic.
Risky fight for Virtus, not at all risky for Alliance, who are in the same building.
All 3 of them popping bats at the same time. That was incredibly risky for Virtus Pro, but they do manage to somehow get through it. The Catalyst is buying them so much time in this fight.
And Alliance has sent out one of their own to actually wrap around the other side of Virtus. Very risky play, but it's to split their attention while Alliance are trying to sandwich them. And Unlucky gets the first knock.
Wade does actually get the block off on the door, but they're coming in from the other side. As you said, Alliance make the wraparound. Sharky tries to make it happen from the other side of the knockdown, but he can't. Virtus Pro go out at 50 points in 9th spot.
That's why it was so risky. Now, you have Ty moving in with 40 points and claim this building, but we see this circle is about to close in the next second, and this is shifting all the way down to the south.
Nice shot there. Even just catches the crispy double with the Sentinel.
But getting gate kept here. Alliance, no. Sitting in first, there were really no risk at all. They try to slide down here. They get the fishing blow. LGD now escaping from the edge of the circle after eliminating Alliance.
They've held it down, and as you say, sitting tight has not allowed them to have the better armor in this situation. So Dragons are the ones to make the move, and Dragons are the ones to win match 10. And here we go. It ends up being a very similar stat line. 52 points is enough to get you in. That will be DMS and up from there.
We have winners, we have losers, but right now, we have a possible MVP right here to my left. How you feeling?
Amazing, but gotta show it the same thing on Sunday.
Alliance, our first place team in Group B, showcasing just how strong EMEA is at the Esports World.